What's up, guys? I'm the Honey Badger, and today I want to talk about foresight. People, they love to say, if you're psychic, why didn't you see those mistakes you just made? If you're psychic, why didn't you see that downfall? What they don't understand is that that's not how foresight works. Imagine for a second that there is a lake, and on the other side of that lake, there's a peak, there's a mountaintop. And from where you stand, you can see the entire summit. And the top of that mountain, that's your vision of the future. Now, just because you can see it it's not the same as standing on it. The moment you start to climb, though, the path starts to get steep. Rocks begin to shift, the weather changes, and you lose sight of the peak, even though you know it's there. That climb, every slip, every storm, every wrong turn, it's a part of the path that you saw along your future. So yes, you may see your destiny. You may even know where it leads. But foresight doesn't reveal every stone along that trail, because the journey itself is what transforms you into the person who is capable of standing at the top. And believe me, there was a time when I felt like I thought my gifts had failed me. And I couldn't feel my intuition and all of these visions, the signs, the synchronicities, everything collapsed. And I felt like the mountain had disappeared. I remember sitting there one night and thinking, why didn't I see this coming? And all I got was silence. And that silence, it became the lesson. The deeper I listened, the more I found that it's not about seeing the path, it's about walking the path. You're not going to use foresight to reach your goals. You're going to use faith. You walk by faith, not by sight. If the mountain revealed every detail of its climb, every fall, every hidden path, every moment of doubt, do you really think that you would climb it? No. But the climb is where your muscles form. Every loose rock teaches you balance. Every wrong turn teaches you discernment. And every storm forces you to pause and have patience, so that when you finally reach the top of that summit, you're not just arriving in your vision, you're actually becoming the version of you that's worthy to stand in that vision. The future isn't something you predict, it's something you grow into. Because here's the truth, seeing the future doesn't mean that you get to skip the process. It means that you trust the process. It means that when everything starts falling apart, you don't panic. You remember what you saw. You remember the mountain, you remember the vision, and you remember that just because the skies go dark does not mean that the peak disappeared. That's what real foresight is. It's not control, it's conviction. It's not about predicting the outcome. It's about knowing no matter how hard it gets, you're still on the path that leads upward. So when someone asks, if you're so psychic, why didn't you see your downfall? They're completely missing it. The fall was part of it. The pain was part of it. Because every time you fell, you were being shaped. Every breakdown is what gave you the strength to carry you to the top of that vision. That's why the gifted still bleed. That's why the visionary still suffers. Because prophecy can show you the destination, but it's only experience that turns you into somebody that can reach it. I'm the Honey Badger, and this is my understanding, my breakdown of how foresight actually works.